morning and welcome to On the Way. This is the online ministry of the Trinity Baptist Church. I'm Bill Sutton, pastor, and each day and every day we come your way as we found ourselves in the midst of a lot of people being going stir crazy. And so I'm trying to give you a little encouragement and a blessing along the way. Just brighten your load, lighten your load and brighten your road. So what can I tell you about today? Today's an important day. So what makes it so important? Well, a number of things happened on this day. Somebody said that today was the day that the cross was invented, not the cross of Christ, but any kind of cross. In 1675, a law was passed requiring the locking of church doors during services. They didn't want anybody to bother them. And Columbus discovered Jamaica on this day, and Washington, D.C. was incorporated on this day. Charles Spurgeon was saved and made a profession of faith on this day back in 1850. Dwight Moody joined the Congregational Church in Boston, Massachusetts. All those things are somewhat interesting. They're our forefathers, our friends, our loved ones, those who've gone before us. We ought to honor God and honor them as every day we go along this journey. Well, in light of that, I want to share with you that today we want to take the time to pray for some missionaries. I got my list right here. I want to get it. I look at them every day, so I didn't have that one quite on target. But there, I want us to pray for Troy and Chanel Gauss. They're missionaries, home missionaries. They're starting a new church plant in New Orleans, Louisiana. Having lived there and having visited there often, I want to say they need more churches, more strip joints, but what they need is more churches, not strip joints. But anyway, I want to pray for them. They got two daughters and man and wife, and they're starting right out to serve the Lord in that place. Well, what can I say to you today? Well, I want to tell you this. One morning, R.C. Chapman, a devout Christian, was asked how he was feeling. "I'm burdened this morning," he said. "My heart is heavy." But the lady looked at him and said, you have a happy countenance, and are you really burdened?" "Yes, but it's a wonderful burden. It's an overabundance of the blessings for which I cannot find enough time or words to express my gratitude." Seeing the puzzled look on the face of his friend, Chapman added with a smile, "I'm referring to Psalm 68:19. The Bible says, 'Blessed be the Lord who daily loads us with benefits.'" Isn't that wonderful? How God blesses us each and every way along the way. I have many times sit at my table before I eat and ask the blessing, and in the midst of it say, "God, I want to thank you. Thank you for every blessing. All my life, I'm an old man. I've had a lot of days. But I want to tell you, God's been faithful." And so when you look at this day and you say, "Well, I wish we were back to regular times," etc., etc., I want you to know, just hang around, hang in there. But in the midst of it all, look for a blessing that God has given you. And then, why don't you sing that song? "Out in the highways and byways of life, many are weary and sad. Make me a blessing. Make me a channel of blessing today." I want you to know what a difference it'll make in your life, and somebody else will be the recipient of it somewhere along the way. So I just share that with you today and hope you'll think about it. Somebody said, it was Augustine who said, "If you are suffering from a bad man's injustice, forgive him, or there is a possibility there'll be two bad men." We got to think on that a little bit. Augustine said it. But let's have a spirit of forgiveness, for God forgives us, God blesses us, God looks after us, God cares for us. And here's the wonderful thing. God's Son Jesus is coming again. We'll hear a shout and the voice of the archangel trump of God. The dead in Christ shall rise first. then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with him in the clouds, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Well, till tomorrow, this is your host, Bill Sutton, saying God bless you. We love you. Have a good day on the way.